I had Olivia on my birthday, which I knew at that very second, this is going to be a forever bond. And I just still can't believe that somebody would murder Olivia.
Investigators say Horton was struck multiple times. Medics rushed her to Cape Fear Valley Medical Center, where she died 2 days before Mother's Day.
On a quiet Friday afternoon in Fayetteville, North Carolina, a 22-year-old soldier sat in a car outside a home, waiting. Everything seemed normal. Sun out, neighbors moving around, nothing unusual. But within minutes, gunshots rang out, and that peaceful street turned into the scene of a tragedy that shocked both the community and the military. Kila Olivia Horton lived in Fayetteville, North Carolina. At just 22, she was already a beautiful young mother to 2 children, one 2 years old, the other only 7 months. Being a mom was the center of her world. She celebrated every milestone, cared deeply for her children, and worked tirelessly to give them a stable and loving home. Her cousin, Judea Ferris, described Kila as the sweetest person, someone who would literally give you the shirt off her back. She also called her the most loving person and a doting mother who cherished every moment with her little ones. Alongside motherhood, Kila proudly served at Fort Bragg, one of the largest and most demanding military bases in the world. She joined the Army in June 2017 and was assigned to the 525th Military Intelligence Brigade, working as a motor pool clerk. Her role involved keeping vehicles and equipment organized, managing paperwork, and helping operations run smoothly. Tasks that might not have seemed glamorous, but were crucial to the mission, and she performed them with pride and dedication. Kila's warmth and joy extended beyond her work. Her social media was filled with snapshots of her life, smiling with friends, joking around in uniform, and showing the world her playful, kind-hearted personality. Loved by coworkers, friends, and family alike, she was known as someone who gave without asking, helped without hesitation, and loved without limits. Even with all the love and support she gave, life hadn't always been easy. Kila faced struggles and heartbreaks, yet she never let them stop her from moving forward. She remained determined to build a bright, stable future for her children, the heart of her world, and to live a life full of hope, joy, and love. No one could have ever predicted the tragic chain of events that would soon occur. On May 7th, 2021, around 1:30 p.m., Kila sat in her car in the driveway of the home of the man she had recently been seeing. It was broad daylight, and the neighborhood was quiet but alive with everyday life, people gardening, children playing, and neighbors going about their usual routines. Then, suddenly, a car pulled up. A woman got out and walked straight toward Kila. A verbal altercation took place between the two of them. Voices got louder. Then, without warning, gunfire erupted. Kila was hit multiple times. Panicked neighbors dialed 911 as the shooter sped away. Officers arrived within minutes. They tried desperately to keep Kila alive until paramedics could take over. She was rushed to Cape Fear Valley Medical Center, but despite every attempt, the doctors couldn't save her. Just like that, a mother, a daughter, and a soldier was gone just 2 days before Mother's Day. From the moment police arrived, something about the scene didn't feel random. Kila had been sitting in her car in broad daylight in a quiet neighborhood, and yet the attack had been so direct, so focused. Witnesses described a woman approaching her deliberately. They had a heated exchange, and then gunshots erupted. The investigators quickly pieced it together. The shooter didn't stumble across Kila by accident. She left the scene for a moment, then came back and fired more shots at Kila. Everything about the attack screamed intent. It wasn't a robbery. It wasn't a stray act of violence. Every sign pointed to one chilling conclusion. This was personal. As detectives dug deeper, the pieces started to fall into place. They discovered that the shooter was 26-year-old Tiara Nicole Vinson, a soldier stationed at Fort Bragg also. She and Kila didn't know each other personally, but they had one crucial connection. They both knew the same man. Tiara was the ex-girlfriend of Kila's new boyfriend, and rumors suggested Tiara might have been pregnant with his child. It became clear why the attack had been so focused and deliberate. This wasn't a random act of violence. It was the result of a love triangle that had turned dangerous, fueled by jealousy and unresolved feelings. The next day, police moved in quickly. The suspect was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. She was taken to the Cumberland County Detention Center with no bond. Fort Bragg officials confirmed she was active duty and immediately began cooperating with investigators.
What we appear to have is that the defendant had a previous relationship with a gentleman that lived at the location where the homicide occurred.
West said it appears both women arrived at the man's home around the same time of the deadly shooting.
Our victim was in an existing romantic relationship with the gentleman that lived in the home. A verbal altercation took place between the two of them, and our allegation is that the defendant at that point then began firing into the car.
Horton was shot multiple times, dying 2 days before Mother's Day. She was a mother of 2 young children.
A freak accident. I can handle it better. Or something in that nature. But to be murdered, Olivia didn't have any enemies.
Her sister Khalees is also emotional.
I'm really get teared up because I really feel like I need my best friend. You know?
Ebony Hubbard is Horton's cousin. She said Horton was like her first baby before she had her own biological children.
And I babysat her, I took her on trips. I have moments when it starts to hit me, but it hasn't hit me.
Over the next 2 years, the case moved slowly through the court system. There were delays, motions, psychological evaluations, and constant tension between both families sitting in the courtroom. Finally, in September 2023, the killer accepted responsibility in court. She received a lengthy sentence, roughly 17 to 21 years in prison, and apologized, saying she wished she could take everything back. But it was too late. Kila's life was gone. Her 2 children would grow up without their mother. Kila's family was shattered. Friends posted tributes online, sharing memories of her kindness and her goofy, soft personality. Her children were placed with their fathers, something Kila had always feared. She never wanted her kids to be raised apart. Everyone close to them struggled to adjust to a future without her. Even soldiers on post felt the loss. Commanders at Fort Bragg arranged grief counseling for those who knew her. On the other side, the killer's life also unraveled. Prison time, a child reportedly born while she was incarcerated, and a lifetime of regret. Kila Horton's story is heartbreaking because it started as something so simple. A young mother building a new life and a young woman unable to let go of an old relationship. One moment of anger destroyed multiple families. It reminds us how dangerous jealousy can become when emotions go unchecked. In the end, Kila's memory lives on through her children, her family, and all the people who loved her. And her story stands as a warning. Emotional pain can turn deadly if it isn't faced, talked about, or treated before it explodes.